Well, the holiday cooking season is upon us, and today our Taste the Ozarks chef shows us how to make the best turkey gravy you'll ever serve to your family and friends.
Hello, I'm Craig Von Forster, chef owner of Harvest Restaurant. My wife Tamara and I have owned this restaurant for 11 years, and due to the season, I'm going to show a easy way to make turkey gravy without having to use the pan drippings, or you can use them in addition. It gives you a large amount of gravy that you can make ahead of time. It can be actually made a few days ahead of time. I have a homemade chicken broth, 2 quarts in here. And I bought a fairly inexpensive turkey, and I roasted off the wings and 1 drumstick and 1 thigh, so 1/2. Now you can, if you're making a smaller batch, just use the wings off your own turkey. And once that's in and it comes to a simmer, I add rosemary, sage, and thyme, all fresh, and 1 crushed clove of garlic. Make sure this is all below the surface. And I'm going to let this simmer for about 1.5 hours. You can also use store-bought chicken stock, but make sure you get the low sodium because this will undergo some reduction and it could be too salty if it was regular chicken stock. And once this is done, I'm going to thicken it and have it all set for the day of or the next day. And then once the stock is cooked for about 1.5 hours, it'd be a little cloudy and it would smell like herbs and turkey. I have made a roux, which I'm not going to demonstrate today. There's a lot of, you can find 100 recipes for roux. And what I like to do though, in my technique, is I temper the roux, which is something you do with eggs as well. And this way you have control and it will be smoother. And so you add the stock little by little and whisk as you go. And then you can kind of see how thick it is. There we go. So we're actually getting a pretty good volume, and to this, you can add your pan drippings and not worry too much about getting all the fat separated, because the roux will absorb and suspend the fat. And then once you've added that, you can go ahead and strain it so you don't have to worry about, you can get all those brown bits off of the bottom of the pan. So this is ready. You would put this back on the heat for just 1 minute till it comes to a boil. And then I have a strainer, and right here, this has the right consistency. So this is your base. It can be made several days ahead of time. You'll want to surface wrap it, which means putting the plastic wrap right on the stock, and that will keep it from forming a skin that would be hard to get rid of. And then you just season it with salt and pepper to taste. And again, with the pan drippings, or whether you use store-bought stock, you could end up with you have to be careful salting it at the end. Now, another easier option that it doesn't hold up for as long, it's a day of, this is a cornstarch and water paste, otherwise known as a slurry. And you just put cornstarch in a bowl and just add water until it becomes emulsified. And this is much quicker. You would add it directly into the stock and let it come back to a boil, and that will thicken it as well. And then you strain it, but it is not as good at reheating the next day and the day after, whereas this will be fine the next day and the day after for reheating. And that's it. And this is just a good base, because it makes enough volume. When you have 12, 16 people and you just are relying on the drippings from the turkey, it's just not gonna cover it. I know I like to douse everything in gravy. So this is the way to do it. Thank you.